Hey, another nice weekend, Fez. I know there's a lot of convertibles out. Here's something I just can't stomach. It drives me crazy. A guy in a convertible, he's got the top dropped, but he's got all the windows up at the same time. I don't know what it is, but I feel like kicking out the damn windows when I see that.
His big glass wall he's putting up, but no roof.
Yeah, it's the same deal, man. You're saying I have a convertible, but I hate the wind? And he was stopped at a stop sign, and I wanted to go shake the car.
It's like anyone who has the convertible but won't put the top down on a nice day. Just ridiculous.
Well, that you don't know, though. From a guy who, from a guy on the street, you can't tell. But here I can see the fact that guy could make a entire commitment for it. This is something else I hate. Anytime I say a coffee being used as a dinner beverage, I hate the fact of knowing it's like a coffee and a sandwich. I don't know what it is. Give me a hamburger and a coffee. It's not even any of my business, and it just sickens me. Now, coffee with a pastry, fine. I don't know why it bothers me, though.
Yeah, how are you supposed to wash down a pasta or something with a cup of coffee? Also with this weather, I've noticed that it's socks and sandals weather out there.
Well, that's what you do. You're one of those guys, right?
Yeah, I'll actually wear socks with my flip-flops, and I'll actually put a crease in that material in the toe.
So you go out of your way to kind of freak people out a little bit.
Yeah, I think it has a very Japanese look when I do that.
In a way, I think you've got a little East Side Dave in you, where you feel like the more annoying you are, the more people like you. Let me try to think of some others. I'll tell you this. I can't stand to see people picking up dog shit. I don't know why they do it. I don't know. When I see a guy standing there on the street with a piece of plastic or a paper waiting for his dog to shit, it just drives me crazy.
All right, with the animals, here's something I can't stomach even worse than the dog shit. People who insist on feeding the pigeons. These pigeons are filthy rats in this town, and people that insist on sitting there feeding them as they're shitting all over the place.
Seagulls are just as bad, where people will go to the beach and try to feed the seagulls, and it just makes them swarm.
I go nuts over people who dress their animals. You know what I mean? They'll have like the coat on. I'm like, it's an animal. I think they kind of adapted to cold weather by now.
And you know what? Somebody was telling me that stuff is not cheap. That those little sweaters for poodles are expensive.
My brother-in-law goes nuts because my sister, she has one of those little dogs that you can put in your purse.
Mm-hmm.
The clothes for the damn dog cost more than his.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy.
He goes crazy.
All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here is Matt. Matt, you're on Run Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Ron, I got to tell you, my dad does that thing with the coffee. We'll go out, we'll get chili dogs for lunch. He'll get a chili dog with the work and a cup of coffee.
Ew. Now, I don't know. Here's the weird thing. You could have the coffee right after. You know what I mean? Like coffee after a meal. It seems very classic to me. It's fine. But when you have it as a dinner beverage.
Well, my grandparents did it too, and I always thought it was an old person thing, but my dad's been doing it his whole life. You know, go to McDonald's and a cup of coffee, fucking Burger King and a cup of coffee. I don't get it.
All right, that is another thing that old people do that always weirds me up, is inappropriate things as a sandwich. Well, they'll just take a piece of meat out of the refrigerator, pop it on two pieces of bread, and act like it's a sandwich. Here's another one that really annoys me. White bread being used with a hamburger or a hot dog. That drives me out of my mind.
Where anything that you put on the hamburger, whether it's ketchup, mustard, whatever, is soaking through that very thin layer of Wonder Bread.
It just is not that kind of a sandwich bread. I don't understand why you think it is.
My grandmother used to do this. She used to take ground beef and, cook it in a pan, put it in the refrigerator, let it all congeal, scrape that jelly off of it, and spread that on bread as a sandwich.
Peter, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, Fezzy, if you're wearing flip-flops with socks, you should really be on the fifth floor of the mental hospital doing the Thorazine shuffle. You know what I'm saying there, buddy?
It is a weird thing. You also have like a foot thing or a naked body thing where nothing can ever be exposed, right?
Right, yeah. I wear socks and slippers through most of the time home.
Paul, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron, how you doing? I'm sorry. Hi, Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Ron, what do you expect those dog owners to do? Would you prefer to step in shit, or would you prefer us to pick it up?
No, it's got to be picked up. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand how you can own an animal and sit there and do this for it.
Well, I mean, it's just a responsible thing to do. You know?
I think the responsible thing to do is no animals in the city. Just get rid of them because it's too awful what everyone has to go through. And a cat, you can't have a box for a dog the way you do for a cat.
Yeah, I mean, they make them for the small dogs, but I own a German Shepherd, so what am I going to do? I'm going to let
a big box.
You're going to stand there and pick up dog shit. I think Seinfeld did this bit, like if aliens came here, that they would think that the pets were running the fucking world the way the humans have to pick up their shit for them.
It's a matter of common decency to everybody else in the neighborhood, you know what I mean?
I understand all that. And it's the right thing to do. I'm saying I don't know how you can commit to it. I don't know how you consider that a life choice. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's Eddie. Eddie, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
My grandfather, both my grandfathers had disgusting habits. My grandfather used to do the same thing, a hamburger and a cup of coffee, but he'd dip it in the coffee.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And my other grandfather, we'd go out for like Chinese food or something, he'd chew the bones of the fish, crunch them. I could never figure that one out.
Yeah, I had one that would do that with fish bones, and he would always claim that and then he would eat this fish sandwich, it would be like a trout, and he said you have no bones if you put the bread on it.
My grandmother used to do that. She used to suck the neck bone. It was just, so disgusting. My father would go
is
crazy.
That a sexual thing that you're talking about, sucking the neck bone?
No, not at all.
Because if you asked a woman to do that, here is Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, boys.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, what I can't stand sandwiches without Miracle Whip salad dressing, man tits, and advertisement with 7-digit phone numbers.
Thank you very much. Here is Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, Mark? Going once, twice. Mark, we got you?
Hey, Ron, Fez, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom used to make us peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on whatever bread was available. Hamburger bun, hot dog bun.
That is kind of gross to me for some reason. If you try to use that as even like breakfast toast, I don't know why, but that'll kill me. Now a hard roll, fine, but a hamburger bun being used anyway, other than a hamburger bun, is gross to me.
A PB&J on rye just sounds so disgusting.
Anything on rye is good to me, though. What I'm talking about is those hamburger buns and hot dog buns that can't be used for any reason. You can't put ham and cheese on a hot dog bun and act like you're having a hoagie. It ain't going to work that way. Here's Turtle, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I started drinking coffee with everything when I was in the service, and I still do it now. The only thing other than water I'll drink, and I drink it with absolutely everything. 3 meals a day.
You would sit down and, let's say, have a pasta and a cup of coffee.
Yeah, at dinner time, sure, absolutely.
Don't even understand.
I know it sounds bizarre, but it's just,
I will give you this. Breakfast. Yes, you are welcome to sit there and have breakfast with coffee. Now, my way makes no sense at all. There is no definitive reason. But to me, after dinner, you have a cup of coffee. You don't sit there in a restaurant and have a cup of coffee along with your meal.
God, how do you eat a slice of pizza and try to wash it down with a cup of coffee? It seems like it would come right back up.
I'm going to say the same thing about seeing an adult with milk doing that, too. When I see a guy having dinner and he's a man and he's ordering milk, I don't know what the fuck to do with you.
Milk only goes with cereal and cookies. That's it. There's no other...
You know what? I'll even go out there and say a piece of cake if you really need to move it around. But you should stay away from milk. It's not a beverage. You know what I'm saying? It's not something like, oh, I need to quench my thirst. I'll have a glass of milk. That's insanity.
It's an ingredient.
No, they say you shouldn't even drink milk after, the age of 3. That you really are only supposed to have it for the youngest people of all. Here is Randy. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Big ass 307, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yo, what's up, guys? You know what really annoys the fuck out of me is when there are a whole group of people, like schools or tourists, they're just taking up the whole block. It's just such a pain in the ass.
Randy, I think you're talking about a whole different topic. I have no idea why you called in now. Here is Sandy. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how you doing, man? I just made some macaroni and cheese. Does that qualify me to come down and bang Dave's lady?
Oh, man. Poor Dave. Why does he have to take that? Today was not an easy day for him, Fez.
No, he had a bad Friday, but the good thing about his Friday was he didn't remember any of it. Monday's his memory day. It's just another manic Monday. A neighbor's crappy lawn is something I can't stomach.
Can you handle your own crappy lawn?
My own crappy lawn, yes. Because people don't ever see their own lawn as being so bad. But someone else's crappy lawn in the neighborhood, that's horrible.
Liz, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Liz from Albany here. Now,
How are you?
my mother and my sister, they both do this. They'll take out the wax from their ears with bobby pins.
That is not only gross, it's dangerous.
It's disgusting.
You never want to have anything that can puncture that eardrum down there. They tell you not even to use Q-tips for that.
Mm-hmm.
I dig in there. I get the wood stick Q-tips and I just dig.
Yeah, but you don't do it in public. You never do that and never turn and look at it. It's just so fucking filthy the way people can be. But Fez, you are eventually going to do something bad to yourself with that, too. It's okay to do every once in a while, but to do on a daily basis, there's no doctor who'll tell you it's a good idea. You need some of that wax. Hey, Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ron, how come you don't like milk at all?
No, I don't say I don't like milk at all. I say it's not a beverage to have with a meal.
Well, yeah, it is. Because, well, I don't drink soda, so that's automatically out. But I like milk with a lot of food. It's really good.
Well, you've put up a wonderful argument, Matt. It's tough to talk with you. But, Matt, they even say adults should not drink milk.
Yes, they should. It helps it's a really good source of calcium.
Well, unless you're still growing, you shouldn't be part of it. And that's not me saying it, it's the doctors. So,
well, I'm 18. Is that good?
No. To be fucking drinking milk at 18, you're on your way to retard school. You really are.
The thought of milk with a meal, like let's say you're having milk with spaghetti or something, all I can picture is like the grease from the sauce or whatever floating on top of the glass of milk. That's what I picture immediately.
Here's the weird thing, though. So you wouldn't have milk in a hamburger, right?
Right.
Milkshake? Sure. Why not?
Oh, please.
Enjoy. So these things are strange. They're not making a medical sense at all. We're not talking about even a function. It's just these things that you get caught up in your own mind. Here's Jeremy. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah. Growing up, my parents, whenever we'd have spaghetti, they used to make our garlic bread with hot dog buns, butter, and garlic salt.
To me, that's disgusting. No, there's no reason for it. It's fine, but it just freaks me out.
Mother used to do that. That's what our garlic bread was.
Well, you were also using ragu, Fezzy, so it's not like you were really having spaghetti anyway. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't stand when you're sitting in a bar watching the old guys put salt in their beer.
Yeah, old timers will put salt in the beer.
What's that for?
Taste.
I have no idea. I guess it gives it a little more head, but it just tastes like, I would think it would taste like cold piss at that point.
Some of those old guys can put salt on anything. I guess in the old days, nothing ever was salted, so they got used to it.
Yeah, I suppose, but it's just disgusting when you're trying to enjoy.
Here is Robert. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, Robert?
Hey, man, you're talking about drinking some coffee after a meal. Man, nothing irritates me worse than standing in line at a nice restaurant. Some people there at tables, they finished eating, they spent an hour there eating, and now they're going to sit there and drink coffee for another fucking hour while you're waiting to get a table. I can kill them.
Robert, I hate to point it out to you, but it wouldn't be a nice restaurant if you were being rushed. You are aware that you're standing waiting for a table.
I mean, in any nice restaurant in town. I mean, some one-off things, not chain restaurants, but I mean, some nice restaurants.
I can't imagine a nice restaurant that has people stand there like it's a fucking Denny's to begin with. But yes, after a meal, you're supposed to sit there, enjoy some coffee, some dessert, and the time. You're not rushing out of there. It's not a diner.
Yeah, I've never thought in my life, ooh, I gotta finish this up.
Hey, Chantel, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, yes. I'm from Brooklyn, and I'm calling to say that I dislike when people have their dogs and they make their dogs lick their face, like their lips, and also share their food with their dogs.
No, they'll actually take some food off their plate and share it with their dog?
No, like if they're eating a burger or like an ice cream cone, they'll lick it and eat it.
Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. Earl, where are you going? You ready? You get queasy when you hear this stuff, don't you?
That's disgusting.
Yes, I do. I think that's really gross. And I also hate when my coworkers are farting. I'm at work right now, and my partner, Carlos, is farting every, 5 minutes. I think he needs a colonic.
All right, honey. Thank you very much.
The ice cream cone, that's disgusting enough. I don't like it when people take the food off of their plate and hand it to the dog at the table.
Just to hear that chomping?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's that big tongue going.
Well, a dog really shouldn't be in the fucking dining room or kitchen while you're eating. Is that too much to ask?
I think not.
Earl, did you grow up with pets?
When I was about, I think, 6 or 7, we had a couple of cats.
You don't seem like a dog person at all.
Dogs hate me. They really do.
Well, you know why, right?
White people are so scared of black people.
Training. They've been trained, Earl.
Perhaps.
They see you, they see intruder. You can't blame that on a dog. You cannot blame that on a dog.
Cats would go after you, too, if they've been trained.
Might be a nice code word for us, too, or I'll start using intruder. Earl, there's not a lot of intruders in that bar, is there? Or else I'm not going to meet you there.
No.
Intruder alert.
Here's, it's Photoshop Mike. Fezzy, he runs your Fez Watley posse.
Okay, I have nothing to do with that posse whatsoever. It's Photoshop Mike who morphed my face with Andre the Giant's.
Not more.
Hey, buddies.
Just the regular picture.
What's happening, Fezzy? Listen, when I was growing up, my dad used to make ketchup sandwiches, just 2 pieces of bread and ketchup in the middle. Does anybody else ever hear of this? It was the grossest thing I ever remember.
You know, I'm sure he was a depression baby or whatever, but you know what? Happy days are here again. Why don't you get some fucking food for yourself? And all of our grandparents were like, just have a butter sandwich. You know what I mean? They would act like it was all okay.
I'll see you later, buddies.
Yeah.
Take care.
Get him an actual slice of tomato. He'll go nuts. He'll think he's living it up.
All right, I'm reading my email, and people want me to apologize to the guy who had their feelings hurt over milk. That they thought that because he ate milk, and he just really did sound like I wounded him, Fez.
He takes his milk very personally. I don't know why.
Russell, you're on Ron and Fez.
What about a milk exemption for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or grilled cheese sandwiches?
I'm going to give it up for peanut butter and jelly and say go ahead and enjoy your milk with that. As a matter of fact, I hate anybody who has soda with peanut butter and jelly. It's disgusting. Grilled cheese? No, I really do think you need to move on to an adult beverage there.
Yeah, grilled cheese, if the beverage you want with that is tomato soup.
Fez, you agree with me on the milk and peanut butter and jelly?
I have been known to have a soda with my PB&J.
Get out.
What?
Get out and go and take your bad heart right up to 84th and 3rd.
Hey!
And let them crack you open.
I have had a Sprite with my peanut butter and jelly.
It's difficult, isn't it?
It's so hard every day.
Why?
Every day it's hard. And also, this, that I have to look at every day in this cup, Ronnie, chewed on pens. Chewed on pens I have to look at. I cannot stomach a chewed on pen. Who chews plastic? It's not food.
You know who does it. That's Eastside Dave. Matter of fact, I don't think we've ever had too many producers who weren't pen chewers.
Yeah. Look at this one. The clip is off of the cap. It's been chewed right off.
Throw it away. That's junk now.
Every one of these has to be thrown away. Because they're all chewed on.
We have so many germaphobes around here, and then people are chewing on pens. It doesn't even make sense.
I don't understand it. Tuttle was a producer we had, major pen chewer. I think he was a pen eater.
Eastside Dave is chewing on pens going like this. I wish it was a drink. I really wish this was tequila.
Yeah, you know that's ink, not liquor, right?
Sweet ink. Gives me the buzz I'm looking for.
You're trying to chew your way through to it.
When are we getting our new interns, Earl?
First week in June.
Do we know who we got lined up, or what's the story on them?
They're going through their background checks now, but we'll have 2, maybe 3 new guys coming in.
All guys?
All guys.
What happened to the young lady that wanted to join?
Both bailed, actually.
Bailed out, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get that real shaky guy who wouldn't tell us his name because he forgot it?
What?
He was a real nervous guy about meeting me and Fez. He happened to be waiting for you, and he was sitting in the hall one day.
Oh, I think he was one of the guys that bailed out, actually.
Couldn't do it? Yeah. I had a feeling he wasn't going to be able to pull that off. Rick, you're on Run Fez.
What's going on, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Got another milk exemption for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Pancakes and waffles with maple syrup, man. Milk's the only way to go with that.
You could do milk, but I'm going to say no. There's so many other things you could have for breakfast. Let's face it, there's so many different ways. You can go coffees, teas, any kind of juice. An adult shouldn't be sitting there with a big glass of milk.
A fresh juice, man, that's the way to go. Fresh squeezed.
Why you have an orange juice right now, Fez?
No, it almost killed me. It made me diabetic. Or more diabetic.
Hey, Johnny, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing there, Johnny?
How you doing, boys?
Yeah.
My grandfather used to make hot dogs, boil them in water, and then use white bread for the roll, and then he used to make me drink tea that he made with the water that he boiled the dogs in.
Now, yeah, the old people, they thought there was a limit to water, to food. They would always try to get you to eat what they knew was going bad that moment. They just hated wasting. We grew up in a different time where you waste it.
My uncle would try to feed like a family of 10 on one can of Campbell's soup, where the water just kept going in the pot to water it down more and more, till this vegetable soup is almost clear.
It used to drive my grandmother crazy because I would turn the shower on in the bathroom and then leave, letting the water heat up. And she's like, look what, you're wasting all this water. And you know, it's fucking true. Something like 60, 70% of the planet doesn't have indoor plumbing. And we in this country, imagine how much fresh, life-preserving water we use with every shower as it is. Let alone if you're a person like I was with a kid, let it heat up for a while. Let it run for 5-10 minutes. Imagine all that water that just goes away.
It's just thousands of gallons by the time you're done with a nice long shower.
866-RUN-0-FEZ. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. John, you're on Run and Fez.
Yeah, what I can't stand is seeing people eat or drink in a public restroom, even carrying like a cup of coffee into a public restroom. They might as well be licking under the toilet seat.
You will see people at ball games take their beer in with them. But I saw something one day, and I kid you not, in New York City, you know, sometimes we have bathroom attendants. I saw a guy sitting at a table having his lunch on the job in the bathroom.
Oh, that is so sick. That's the sickest thing I've heard yet.
So I tried to get some urine spray going. I was hitting the fucking wall just to let it fly around the building a little bit.
That's exactly it. Things splatter in those bathrooms.
Well, Fez, where do you keep your toothbrush?
The bathroom.
Oh. You didn't know that?
I didn't think about it.
All that stuff is in the air. You're supposed to keep that toothbrush like at least 20, 30 feet away from a toilet. Unless you happen to be a Trump, you're not going to have a bathroom big enough to stretch out.
And now that with the toothbrushes, they make cases now so you can keep them in the case, even if you keep your toothbrush
I say
on
keep
the
the whole thing in a case, walking in and out of the bedroom. Have a little place in the bedroom for it all. Walk that piece of plastic back in and back and forth.
That's a good idea. That's what I'm doing when I get home.
What's the matter? You already had a heart attack because you're leaving you're basically brushing your teeth with shit, Fez.
That never came up with reasons for my heart attack. Shit teeth.
Here's John. John, you're on Run Fez.
Yeah, man, my sister eats these stupid sugar sandwiches, just sugar on white bread with a glass of water.
Where did you guys grow up? The Depression town? Dust Bowl?
No, man. No, man, we grew up fine. Just she does that. And Fez, I keep my toothbrush in the closet.
You know, when When you're a little kid, remember how you would get caught just trying to spoon yourself some sugar? That's how much you like sugar when you're a kid. You would have it as an entree if they would let you.
I used to, you put on your cereal, and then if your mother wasn't looking, you just grab a whole spoonful.
Till it's more sugar than cereal.
So, you know what would be great, too? To have some sugar, dip it in, then up. Oh, my God. Wet sugar? Wet sugar is crack to a kid.
And my grandparents, best part was they had sugar cubes for their tea and coffee.
What, were they horses? Who fucking has sugar cubes?
They had sugar cubes, and I swear that man counted them because he would tell when you were in the sugar cubes.
Sure I did. Why don't you just pretend that was polio vaccine?
Tastes the same.
Hey, Memphis, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to let you know that my fiance eats baked beans and macaroni and cheese. Mixed together.
First of all, he's got to be the luckiest guy in the world to be having a chick named Memphis. To me, I would honestly feel like I was John Chisholm, out on the trail. Memphis, it's time we ride. Baked beans and macaroni. Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, the baked beans have to be cold, too, and the macaroni and cheese is always warm, and then he just mixes it together.
That's just all bad news, Memphis.
All right, where is he at right now, Memphis?
He's at work.
All right, then I want you to load up and get out of there before he gets home, because you are not going to find happiness with this animal.
You going to take me in then?
Isn't it funny, though? Here's the weird thing. Any food they give us as a kid, we will then like for the rest of our lives. Like, if you eat it when you're a little kid, no matter how disgusting it is, when you're an adult, you will still, like me with Scrapple. It still tastes delicious.
Well,
you never will get turn an adult on to Scrapple.
Boiled peanuts. We were fed those constantly as kids.
That's delicious, though. Earl, you the same way?
Yeah, my father still eats peanuts, and when my nieces and nephews are over, can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
They just love them.
Yeah, whatever it tends to be, if they get it when you're a kid, that makes you happy for the rest of your life. And, I mean, it's all over the world. Where, that's why those people in the Philippines eat crazy-ass food. Because when they were 2 or 3 and they were hungry, they ate it, and it's fine with them now.
Yeah, they're used to having cabbage that's been buried in the ground for 20 years. Enjoy.
I'm starving. We got any old cabbage, Earl?
No, not at all.
I mean decades old. Decades old dirty cabbage.
Yeah, we threw out the last batch last week.
How's Dave over there? He's just living in the shame still, huh? It's nothing but cactus cola from now on, fellas. I'm going to really look into cutting back.
Right. Never happen.
I'm going to really try to make some new things happen. Wow. Learned a lot about myself today, guys. Didn't expect Too Cute to say that. That one kind of got a little embarrassing. Here's Tracy. Tracy.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah, how are you?
What about when that baloney goes bad in the refrigerator so your mother would fry it up? Ever happen to you?
Fried bologna? Yeah, my aunt used to try to pitch that to us. We never
once it went bad, then all of a sudden it was good enough to fry.
Yeah. All right, thanks, man.
No, we threw away the lunch meat when it got bad. That's how we did it.
Never fried it up?
Never fried it up. Not when it was bad. How about this? Someone who eats pizza with a knife and a fork.
Well, it's going to depend on the restaurant that you're at. If you're in a fine place and you have pizza, you are expected to use a knife and fork. Or if it's deep dish, it's the only way you can have it.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't think there was ever a time when you were supposed to eat pizza with a knife and a fork.
Yeah. You don't pick it up and eat it in like slices. You do that in a regular pizza restaurant. But if you're in a nice place, you can be expected that way. What's your call on that one, Earl?
Yeah, the deep dish is the only way you can only eat it with a knife and fork. Or if it's not really... Sometimes if the cheese is really sloppy... You have to to use a knife and fork just to break it up a little bit.
Because like a lot of fine restaurants now have like goat cheese pizzas and stuff like that. You could be expected to go down. Or Fezzy, you're in a nice place and it's really hot. You slice it up, knife and fork.
What about just like a regular slice, though, off the street?
And then you take a knife and fork out of your pocket as you walk down the street and start eating it?
Or no, like, yeah.
That would be odd.
Some of the pizzerias.
Pizzeria?
Yeah, not a nice place.
No, I wouldn't do it personally. I wouldn't go for it. Especially any place that gives you a plastic knife and fork. First of all, a plastic knife and fork means I'm in the wrong place. I hate that putting plastic in my mouth.
Food crumbs in a beard. That is something I can't stomach, and it's something that I try to stay totally aware of having a beard.
You know what's in your beard right now?
No.
No,
there better not be. It is the worst.
Oh, that's not.
Ew.
That's fine.
Constantly brushing it out.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Always worry about it?
Well, I'm constantly dripping something on it. I have soup.
Cum.
No. Soup. Beverages.
Man soup.
No.
Man beverage.
No. Regular beverages that people have.
That come out of their dicks.
No. Sodas. Diet sodas.
Piss and cum.
No, not piss or cum. Just like cereal with milk. I drip the milk on my chin.
Cum?
No, milk. Skim milk.
Is that a new name I don't know about, Earl?
Not that I know. I don't know.
And Earl knows all the names.
Do you, Earl?
No.
I just want to make sure we're sure about this. Then why do you have a beard, Fez? If it worries you so.
Because I use it to cover up the pigment missing on my cheek.
I forgot that. God, everything with you is a nightmare. You're like an episode of Lost. It's like you have such a weird history that you should probably be flashing back constantly like Lost.
To the day I lost the pigment on my skin.
Well, that'll teach you, folks. Roofinols and beers, you lay on the beach too long, you will burn your face off.
Especially when you pass out and your head goes to one side. You end up like Two-Face.
Now, we've got a 2-hour Lost and a 2-hour American Idol this week, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, both finales.
What is your choice, Fez? Where do you go?
Idol.
I am so excited about this last Lost. I know it's a lie, but I feel like a lot of things are going to be exposed. They've told us a lot of questions are going to be answered. And I decided I really don't care about Idol. I don't like it. I don't know why I watch.
After all this time?
Well, I watch it just because other people do. But when I really sit there and think, would I be happy if either one of those people win American Idol? And I have to tell the truth, no.
That is a good way to put it, because I could care less which one wins it. I don't like either of the finalists.
No matter who wins, you're going to be a little disappointed.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm going to be pissed no matter who wins.
Who do you think is going to win?
It's going to be Taylor.
Who do you think, Earl?
I think Catherine's going to win.
Good. I think it's a lot closer than we think. Last week showed me that, Fez.
Where the Elliot got sent home by 0.2%.
Do you believe him, though?
Not one bit. Not at all.
Well...
Yeah, but Lost is telling us that why did Oceanic Flight whatever crash on this island?
I know. I gotta watch.
And it's been really good lately, too. I mean, it's really been superb.
I think it's been good since the first episode. I'm a fan of that show. And I know there's haters out there. I know there's doubters. But I think it's by far it's my favorite show on TV.
I think it's the only actual show that I watch that's not a reality show.
Sopranos. You watch Sopranos.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Don't make me correct everything that you say.
I forgot about Sopranos.
You and Dave have the same amount of history where you really don't remember the things that you do.
And that's the weird thing. It is. I just don't remember.
This morning you said to me, "See Sopranos? Loving it." Did you cry when Big Vito died?
No, not so much. No.
The way he died, though, you wish that happened to you? If you had to die?
With the pool cue? I wonder if they chalked it.
I love seeing Syl getting fucking involved in some crazy thing going awry.
That just looked nuts when Silvio jumped on that guy's back.
Hey, you can only take so much. I understood completely.
I was waiting for the wig to go.
Guys, look at this. Your old roommate, Stalker Patty. Hello, Patty.
Hi. I was going to say my biggest passion is bananas with hot fudge on them.
Does that mean penis and... I don't understand.
And I also like to freeze that, too. So I have like a Like you can buy it in ice cream stores that way as well, but it's my favorite.
Frozen
thing
hot
in the
fudge
world.
banana?
Yeah, and I like to slice my banana, then I like to heat the chocolate in the microwave. I'll buy it from the ice cream store for about 75 cents, and I pour it over. It's my biggest indulgence. I love it.
No ice cream, though? Because it seems like you're on your way to a little sundae.
Yeah, but I don't like it with the ice cream as much. It's
Too
too
cold?
heavy then.
You're 2 scoops away from a banana split, you maniac.
It's too cold for my baby teeth.
Are you
know.
calling from inside a freezer?
No.
Now, she does have coffee with every meal. Starbucks. A lovely
Yeah, I
Starbucks.
do. Yeah, I get fancy coffee now.
Sure.
She's a little hyper.
Do you get free coffee or half off? How's that work?
Well, I get a discount on anything I want, and then I get 3 pounds of coffee for my house every week.
For a penny.
Yep.
She has to pay a penny. You're living the life, honey.
Yep.
All right, talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. You think you two will ever move back in together, Fez?
We never lived together. She stayed at my house one night.
Remember, you forget your own history.
No, she stayed at my house one night. I remember that.
A weekend. A long, lovely weekend.
She slept on the couch in her clothes.
With you on top.
Nuh-uh.
Now here comes Fezzy in a baby carriage. Bill, you're on Run It Fez.
Yeah, I was calling to tell Fez that he keeps saying I could care less, and the phrase is supposed to go, I couldn't care less.
All right, hold on. Let's go over this one.
Interesting.
I could care less.
Meaning I could have even less care.
But here's the thing. I could care less. Isn't that more of sarcasm?
No, it's saying I couldn't care any less than I do right now. In other words, what you're saying is, if you're being sarcastic, you could say, well, I probably could care a little less, so I'm more concerned than I could be.
Oh, okay. So it's I couldn't care less.
Right.
But I don't know if I've ever heard it that way once.
Well, I know I've never said it that way, the correct way.
A lot of people do, but somebody corrected me, and they told me why. If you think about it, in other words, if you said I could care less, that means you.
But it's still
could be
slang.
caring less. I know.
Well, I mean, that's like somebody going, oh, Fez, how could that be cool when it's served at room temperature? It's not the way it's meant. It's meant as a slang. Stand up to him, Fezzy. Go toe-to-toe.
I think everyone understood what I said.
There you go. That's taking him down a peg or two. Let's take a break now, Fez, and we'll bask in your victory. 866-RON-0...